Okay, guys, now, as a huge Notre Dame fan, a lifelong Notre Dame fan, I had to make this video. Couldn't wait to make this video. Background information, I just always try and throw that in there for you if it's something of potential interest. That's my, this side. That's my son, Braxton. This is a Syracuse Notre Dame game we went to several years ago down at MetLife Stadium. Okay, it's December 1st. Coach Brian Kelly has just taken off for LSU and left the Notre Dame program in something of a lurch, considering we don't even, they're going to go to at least a New Year's Six Bowl, dependent upon what happens this weekend in the conference championship games, they might be in the college football playoff. Their head coach is gone. What do I think of Brian Kelly for doing that? Okay, that's a more complicated issue, and I'm going to cover it in a different video. And I'm going to cover also why I think, no sour grapes, folks, why I honestly think LSU didn't get what I think they believe they're getting as far as recruiting and coaching. And I have reasons to back that up. In other words, I appreciate what Kelly did for Notre Dame. I don't think he's that great of a coach. I shouldn't even say that. I think he's an excellent coach. I don't think he's elite. And I do think down in the bayou, he's going to get eaten alive by Kirby Smart, Nick Saban, and the entirety of the SEC. But that's neither here nor there. Right now, Notre Dame and Jack Swarbrick, the athletic director, are in a quandary as to what to do about this coaching vacancy. Well, I'm going to make it easy for you. This is one of the easiest freaking things you could have ever asked someone. There are so many things in sports where, you know, it's tough to determine what the best course of action will be. And this person has this idea, and it's like, yeah, that's got some merit. This person's got that idea. That's got some merit. Gee, how do we get there? No, it's Marcus Freeman. And this is, what the hell? What are we waiting for? How moronic is it that he's not already been made? And again, let me be fair. Maybe there's something going on behind the scenes. Apparently, Swarbrick was supposed to be meeting with Freeman at some point today. So this could be going on. So I try not to get too over the edge about it. But pay the man whatever you need to pay him. I know there's a lot of talk about Luke Fickell in Cincinnati. I think Luke Fickell is an excellent football coach. In this situation, there is no better scenario than to elevate Marcus Freeman, who is a man that the current players absolutely love. Look around social media if you don't believe it. More importantly, or as importantly, this great recruiting classes Notre Dame has lined up for 2022 and 23, those kids adore him and have made no bones about it. Recruiting is such a huge part of the battle in college football, and Marcus Freeman is absolutely brilliant at it and has been since day one that he became the defensive coordinator at Notre Dame. He took this defense, and you could see early in the season where they were having new coordinator with new players. They were having trouble getting into the sync of what he was doing. By the end of the season, they were overperforming their talent level. Yes, some of the games at the end of the season were not against high caliber offenses, but some of the games early in the season weren't either, and there were struggles. What I'm saying is he is absolutely getting the very most out of his players, and he did so at Cincinnati as well. He's a very, very likable man by all accounts. Again, everybody in the organization loves him. This is a no freaking brainer. I can say this. I have been a Notre Dame fan, and I'll tell you the story of how I became one sometime in a video, how I came to my favorites in each sport. But since I was like 5, 6 years old, if they don't promote Marcus Freeman or make an attempt, I mean, if he's got other designs, there's nothing we can do about it. But if they don't make an honest attempt to retain him as the head coach, I could never say I would give up. It's been too long. I'm 60 years old. Change scares me. I'm at the harbinger of death. That's enough to worry about. I don't need to be changing my teams. But it will greatly diminish my interest in things in the immediacy going forward. And that would be sad for me because I love Notre Dame football. You know, even in the offseason, I follow the recruiting. I follow everything about it. It's just a passion and an enjoyable passion. And it would really Yeah, it would take the edge off. And I know a lot of people out there are saying, well, he doesn't have any head coaching experience. So what? Listen, again, Luke Fickell's a great coach. There's a lot of great coaches out there. A lot of people are big Urban Meyer fans. Me, not so much. He's not coming to Notre Dame anyway. But there are a lot of great coaches out there. I think Dabo Swinney is a phenomenal coach. None of that means for 100% sure they would have success in the parameters in which you have to work as the head coach at Notre Dame. There are no guarantees. Given that, this man, Marcus Freeman, has given us every reason to believe that he works perfectly within the parameters that are in place at Notre Dame. There is absolutely zero reason for him not to be the head coach. I have yet to hear anything that I think is a legitimate reason as to why there's a better choice out there. That the only thing I've been able to glean off of social media and the spouting of the talking heads on television, on the internet, is again that, well, he doesn't have head coaching experience. I could point out, you guys are all aware, of all the head coaches who have made that jump and done it successfully. There's been failures. None of that means anything. It doesn't matter what Lincoln Riley did. It doesn't matter what Dabo Swinney has done or anyone else has done, whether they failed or been a success at it. Everybody's an individual in an individual situation. What I'm saying is this man shows every element you would want in a Notre Dame head coach. There is no reason for him not to be the choice. And then do the best to keep Tommy Rees as offensive coordinator. I came around slowly to Tommy, but I really like what he's done. I think, again, you're talking a unique situation at Notre Dame in the recruiting and, some of the obstacles that you have there. And both of these guys, I think, handle it very deftly, very adeptly. There's no two ways about it. I may get comments in here to the contrary. Nobody has made anything that I think is of a decent argument as to why it shouldn't be Marcus Freeman. Swarbrick, do it right now. Don't piss me off. I'm old. I can't take being pissed off. You want to be responsible for my aneurysm? Do you? Do you? I don't think you do. You don't care? Oh. Well, hire him anyway.